子創造リブート
Yeah, the next level being sex. Wait, I shouldn't have said that. July is almost over, with August right around the corner. Only 1 month remains for our summer break. That's all the time I have to fix things. To hone the senses that Kurumi taught me. Having said that, I have no idea how to even begin, so I'm doing a bit of meditating. I calm my heart and engage in dialogue with the powers within me. While I'm not sure this will be entirely effective, I can hardly think of anything better to do on my own. Logically speaking, the most effective thing to do would be to repeat the exact same thing we did last time. But while I'm fine putting myself at risk, I'm not about to put Kurumi at risk. I mean, you know, you got a kiss out of it, so isn't that a good thing? Sure. It was a desperate situation, so I managed to force myself to focus on suppressing my manner that one time. But who to say I can do it again? Being so close to her is bound to bring about intrusive thoughts, and what if she manages to read one of them? Not manages. What if she accidentally reads one of them while she's training her manner, you mean? While she's training her mind-reading skills, I doubt she'd particularly care. She probably has some intrusive thoughts of her own, but still. Yeah, what if she accidentally says her intrusive thoughts through telepathy and sends them directly to you? My attempt at meditation has failed. It's been a few days since I went over to Kurumi's. We've been texting in the meantime, but I haven't met up face to face. Things got extremely awkward after we got caught up in the moment and kissed. Calling it just a kiss is a bit of an understatement when your first kiss included tongue, alright? Though it was my first ever kiss, and it was amazing. I've spent the whole time telling her how I want to wait until I'm better, but I know if I were to see her now, I'd get the urge to start kissing her again. Well, let's hope that the next time you see her, she's around her friends, so that you don't get that urge. Unless you still get that urge and, you know, do it in front of her friends. She'd probably let me do it too. It'd go on for hours on end, and we'd get none of our homework done. These thoughts start getting me depressed all over again. Why do I have to be impotent now of all times? Yeah, unfortunately, you have to be impotent during summer vacation, during the peak of your life, during the one time, I guess, you will ever start dating someone. In any case, that's why I haven't tried to see her yet. Ideally, we wouldn't see each other until after I've recovered from my ED, but who knows when that will be. So instead I've decided to just wait until my emotions have calmed down a little. Besides, she's going to be hanging out with Kinoshita and Shiraishi too, so I can't be monopolizing all of her free time, even though she wouldn't mind that. I don't think she would, I mean. What's a free day? What's a few days in the grand scheme of things? I'll be able to cool my head in the meantime. Well, not with those thoughts. I'm pretty sure today is the day the three of them are going to the beach. Kurumi is still getting flashbacks of her past life, so I hope this is a nice distraction for her. My phone starts to buzz, and it doesn't stop. It must be a phone call. I have a good idea who it's from. I end my meditation session and pick up my phone from my desk. The screen reads Kurumi, but I bet she's not the one on the other end of the line. I answer the call and raise the phone to my ear. Is it Shiraishi or Kaede? Kaede? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I don't know why I thought her name was different. What do I tell you? What did I tell you? I've come to expect this by now. Well, yeah, Kurumi's not going to be the one calling you. She's texting. She'd text you instead. What's up? I thought you guys were going to the beach today.
そうです。実は大事な彼女さんと 海に来てまーす。
Well, you sound like you're having fun.
彼氏くん聞いてる？
Yes.
ビーチにはウェイウェイな野郎どもがいっぱいいるんすけど。
Okay.
くるみのことはがっつりガードするんで。ナンパとかノーセンキューなんで安心してね。
Huh? Oh, thanks.
そんだけ。じゃね。
Wait, put Romeo. Oh, they hang up. That was a weird call. But those two are so chaotic. Although I do appreciate them calling to reassure me. Not that you had, not that you were concerned about that anyway. The truth is, I was a little worried. Really? Okay. I know it's rich coming from the guy who hasn't even agreed to fully go out with her. But yeah, I was getting paranoid. Pathetic, really. He was so paranoid that we didn't know about it until now. A little while later, I get a text from Kurumi apologizing. I tell her to have fun, then put my phone back on my desk. She and I have agreed to go to the beach together in August, so I have until then to get myself back to normal. And what do I... and what do I want once that point comes exactly? Well, there's only one answer. I sigh again. And lately I've been thinking about my dick a whole lot more. Lust is a powerful motivator, but it really is pathetic that it's my primary motivation. Well, considering you can't get it up, I would assume it would be. It's a very valid motive. It's a valid motivator. Still, it's better than giving into depression. I just have to believe that my desires will allow me to overcome my ED and do what I can. I know Riku doesn't know how he solved his ED in other rounds, but the only way he was able to solve it in the other round was because of, H scenes. Right then. After meditating comes yoga. I realize this is even less likely to help than meditating is, but yoga has that whole mystical vibe to it, so who knows? I've heard that mastering yoga lets you breathe fire. It can even lengthen your limbs. Do you want either of those things? I pick my phone up again and open up YouPipe. I forgot that's what YouTube is in this world. What kind of video will help me get in the zone? Calm your heart with 30 minutes of meditative yoga. This should do the trick. I sit on the floor, position my phone so that I can see it, and press play. Then I follow the instructions given by the video. This is harder than I was expecting. The title said meditative yoga, but it feels more like I'm doing gymnastics. So, like, what's the point of this scene? You know, other than the whole Shiraishi and Kaede calling him, you know, I feel like Amane might walk in on this. My body begins to warm up as I stretch my muscles. Hell, I feel fitter already. Perhaps working on my posture will also improve the flexibility of my manner. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking. Either way, I have no better ideas. Here goes nothing. I'm not sure legs are supposed to bend like this. That's because you're not flexible enough. Okay, yeah.
なんか今日もお兄が部屋で暴れてるけど。
Okay, so this is right. Yeah, no, we needed to make sure. How do I say this? The writers just wanted the players to know that he wasn't trying to, do anything with its peanuts. He's just doing yoga. Yeah.
いろいろ試しているみたいだね。魔王の力を制御するために。昨日ちらっと覗いたら変な体操してた。効果あるのあれ。
So he didn't get walked on, but she still saw him doing yoga.
どうだろうね。手探りなのは仕方ないよ。僕もかぐやも効果的なアドバイスはしてあげられないし。急に頑張り始めたよね。まあ、前から頑張ってはいたけどさ。今まで以上にもどかしいだろうしね。くるみとのこともあるし。くるみ先輩とのことって？
This is what I was talking about, bro. I mean, okay, but when I say this is what I was talking about, wait, I brought up how Noah Noah looking at Kurumi and Riku kissing will lead to this. The reason I was the reason I was debating on the reason I was thinking so hard about this is because I didn't know whether or not I brought this up before in terms of, the YouTube recording. But I brought it up during my recap for this stream. And I said if Kurumi and Riku were actually dating, this wouldn't be a problem. As intrusive as Noah seeing both of them kissing would be. But because they aren't dating, there's going to be a misunderstanding here. And now that Noah's brought up Kurumi, she kind of can't really get out of explaining what she saw.
何？あってなんでもないよ。めっちゃ動揺してるし。ちょっと待って。あれ？そういえばちょっと前、ゲームしてるときくるみ先輩がりっくんって口滑らせてて。
Oh shit. It's even worse than I thought. I thought Noah was going to explain to Amane what she saw, but Noah's just letting Amane reach her own conclusion. Uh-oh.
もしかして二人付き合ってる？いつから？僕は何も言ってないよ。
You didn't need to.
顔を見ればわかるから。いつから？ねえ、いつから？知らない。僕もこの前キスしてるの見ただけで。キス？
It was a spur of the moment thing. They were caught up in. Okay, yeah, I can't really explain why they started kissing after he was able to control his mana again, but their faces were close to each other. Never mind.
いつの間にあの野郎は。できればそっとしてあげてほしいというか。別に茶化したりするつもりはないけどさ、次から一緒にゲームするの気まずいじゃん。なんかすまない。
Guys, listen. I'm not actually dating Kurumi. This is just a trial run until I can get it up again. So that after I can get it up again, I can actually start dating Kurumi and use the thing that I can finally use again. What? Shit. I didn't say that.
天使創造リブート
I'm heading out. Okay, here's the thing, right? I wonder how, or I guess, what the player would be thinking if this was their first round, right? Because me, as someone who has played through every other character's round, knows that the only way we've seen, or I guess I've never really quote unquote seen it because I'm playing through the all ages version, but the only way we've seen him be able to get it up again was through the H scenes, right? Was through getting pleasured by his sometimes future girlfriend, but most of the time just girlfriend, right? The exceptions were Orie and Fumika. But I wonder how you would be thinking about all of these steps that Riku is doing to try to get it up. And also the only reason why he isn't officially dating Kurumi is because he can't get it up, right? I wonder if this would be annoying to someone. Because here's the thing. This doesn't make any sense to me. Solely because of the fact that we have seen him date Noah, Amane, and Kaguya way before he was ever able to get it up. And even, especially in Kaguya's case, where there was a whole thing about the fact that he wasn't able to satisfy his girlfriend, I guess. Not really, you can't really say it in that way. But, he was insecure about the fact that he wasn't able to get it up and fuck his girlfriend, right? With Noah and Amane, they start dating, right? And he's able to get it up during the first H scene, right? With Kaguya, it's, during the round, I was confused about why he was able to get it up as quickly as every other character, but, they explained it pretty well in the fact that he's able to control his mana a lot better in Kaguya's route through the quote-unquote special training. So, of course, it'd be harder for him to suppress it less, I guess. Here, though, none of those cases exist, right? Sure, he's trying to be able to... He's trying to gain better control over his mana again, but it's not going to be on the same level as in Kaguya's route. And he isn't even dating Kurumi yet. So he isn't even close to needing to use his peanuts. So, I wonder if a player who has only played through Kurumi's route, right? This is their first route in Angelic Chaos. I wonder if they would be annoyed over the fact that this is happening because they are imagining or picturing that this is going to happen in the other characters' routes. Right?
デートっすか
Huh?
くるみ先 先輩とデートっすか?
Real subtle there, Amane. Noah's awkwardly looking away from me. I get the feeling she accidentally let it slip, rather than told her intentionally. Of course, that would mean that Amane knows about the kiss too. I don't really care if she knows, but explaining the whole tentative thing is far more trouble than it's worth. Because you know, and Kurumi knows, that this whole fucking fake dating shit is bullshit. And the only reason they're doing it isn't because Riku can't get it up. It's because they're fucking cowards. Right? As much as Kurumi is annoyed over the fact that Slay never said anything about her feelings to Diablo, she's just doing the same thing in a roundabout way. Right? Her excuse is that she doesn't know if her feelings are true or if they're just because of Slay. But we all know it's bullshit. Regardless of if you played through other characters' routes or not. Especially Amane's. See you later. I walk straight out of the door, leaving Amane behind me. This is probably going to come back to bite me when I get home. But oh well. I'm asserting my right to remain silent. As it so happens, Amane hit the nail on the head. Kurumi and I have a date planned, but we haven't agreed to do anything specific. Just like with every other date. The only thing confirmed so far is that we're meeting at the Starbucks by the station. We'll probably spend a few hours chatting about her trip to the beach the other day and whatever else, then say goodbye. The real purpose is seeing each other rather than doing anything specific. It's pretty annoying having to come up with a reason to see each other now that there isn't school. It's only annoying because it's only annoying because you aren't officially, quote-unquote, officially dating. Whoever gets here first is supposed to grab a table for the two of us.
Rikkun, yahoo!
Kurumi's waiting for me outside the store. I guess she wasn't able to get a table immediately. Sorry, were you waiting long?
今来たとこ。これ、一回行ってみたかった。
Same too. To be honest, it looks pretty crowded here though.
そうなんだよね。中も外も満席。違うお店行こっか。
We could. Or we could grab some drinks and head to the park.
あ、いいね、それ。デートっぽい。そうしよう、そうしよう。
Are you sure though? It's really hot out.
風あるし、日陰なら涼しいじゃない？お店探して歩き回るより全然いいかな。
Alright, let's get some drinks and heading over then. Whoa!
大丈夫？
Yeah, I'm fine. It's so crowded that I end up bumping into another customer. I make sure to watch where I'm walking this time as we join the line that stretches all the way out of the cafe. This is gonna take a while.
だいたい混んでるよね、ここ。
Is it? I don't come here a lot. Do you?
ああ、どうだろう。学院帰りにたまに？ボス場の方が多いかも。安いし。
Oh, so you're a fan too?
こっちは値段もカロリーも爆上がりだから。毎日飲んでたらやばい。絶対太る。
Aren't those drinks with all the cream in them supposed to be like 1,000 calories?
そう、やばい。でも美味しいんだよね。
We chat as we wait in line. Lately, we've spent a lot of time discussing our past lives, so it makes a nice change to... It makes a nice change. It makes for a nice change to talk about something inconsequential. I guess. The line sluggishly takes us into the cafe and eventually up to the counter. After picking up the drinks we ordered, we head to the park.
あの辺はどう？
It seems good to me. We sit down together under a tree. It's pretty nice in the shade.
いただきます。
She starts sucking on her straw, and I quench my thirst with my iced coffee. The conversation was flowing naturally, but it's come to an abrupt halt. Now that I've noticed the silence, I can't ignore it. So I bring up the first thing that comes to mind. How was the beach?
楽しかったよ。てか、ごめんね。チカと楓が。
I'm used to it by now.
慣れたって言われるほどやっちゃってるってことだよね。なんで私のスマホ使うかな。二人ともりっくんの ID 知ってるのに。てか、電話自体するなし。
Yeah, but it'd be cheating if they called me instead of... if they called me through their phone number instead of through yours, they'd be considerate.
気遣い？騒ぎたいだけじゃない？
Sure, they were getting a kick out of it, but that's not all. That's not all it was about. It's like when they asked me to come to Starbucks that one time. They wanted to make sure I wasn't getting the wrong idea.
誤解？
Oh crap! Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
何？
They wanted me to know that you wouldn't just ask someone to go out with you for the heck of it, basically.
そう言われたの？
Not in those exact words, but yeah.
いつ？私がりっくんのコーヒー買いに行ってる時か。
Yeah, they were looking out for you and trying to help in their own way.
なんだよあいつら。泣かせるじゃん。
I think they called me the other day because they were concerned, and it definitely I'd definitely been, considering the possibility that guys were hitting on you.
そういう風に思ってくれてたんだ。
Well, I mean, a little. Can't be too careful when my girlfriend's as cute as you are, can I?
急に褒めるじゃん。
Uh-huh. Oh, crap. I was trying to hide my embarrassment, but I ended up saying something even more embarrassing. No, you just need to double down, alright?
ありがとう。可愛いって言ってくれて。
If you don't want to be embarrassed about complimenting Kurumi, just double down and say, what? How'd you say it? Can't be too careful when my girlfriend is as cute as you. Instead of saying, oh crap, I was trying to hide my embarrassment, you should have said something else. I had something in mind and it's fucking it left the building. I mean, it's true. You are cute. Yeah, probably that's probably as close as you can. That's probably as close as you can get to doubling down, right? Should have said that. Should have said that after. Aren't you a smooth talker?
やばい。照れる。てか、なんかごめん。普通に海行っちゃって。そうだよね。ナンパの心配するよね。
You don't have to apologize for that. I was just being paranoid. It's embarrassing that Shirashi and Konoshita realized that, mind you.
自分で気づけなかったのが悔しいな。あの二人、何にも考えてなさそうで、実は気遣いの鬼なんだよね。てか、そうだ。りっくんと付き合ってなくても、別にナンパ待ちで海行こうとしてたわけじゃないからね。
Don't worry, I know.
そっか。りっくん、私のこと遊び人だと思ってる節あるからな。
I don't know what you're talking about, Kurumi. It's not like one of it's not like one of the first things he brought up about you in regards to dating is that you had experience.
おい、なぜ黙る？
Until recently, I did think that, yeah.
失礼な。ちゃんと処女ですから、私。
You don't have to say it so loudly. There are children around.
私、今何言った？
You really want me to repeat it?
いいです。言わなくていいです。
Well, I knew that already. You already told me before.
ですね。てか、うん。りっくんもだよね。
Huh?
一応聞いとこうかなと。
I never told you?
付き合ったことない的なことは聞きましたが、なんか私だけぶっちゃけちゃったし。
You're guilt tripping me.
りっくんもですよね。
Yeah, I'm a virgin.
だよね。
We finally got the conversation going again, only for it to die down. What can we talk about next? We've already covered her trip to the beach. Fuck, I can't think of anything. Why am I so bad at conversation?
この後どうする？
Oh, good question. We could go shopping.
何かある？欲しいもの。
Not particularly.
あ、そうだ。お互いに買うのとかは？
Like as a present?
何でもいいし、アクセとかそれ以外でも。
I don't have that much money, alright. Buying each other a present sounds good to me.
でしょ？お互いのセンスに任せる感じで。
Now you're really laying on the pressure.
何でもいいってば。何でも嬉しいし。
Easy for you to say. You're not the one buying a girl a present. Whoa. A bird shit plops down right in front of me.
うわ！あ、大丈夫？
Yeah, but man, that was close.
鳥の巣あるのかな？移動しよっか。
Yeah. We scamper out from under the tree while cautiously looking above us. I give myself a quick scan to make sure, and fortunately there's no shit on my clothes or shoes. It didn't get on your head, did it?
大丈夫。
Thanks. I never thought that would happen.
たまにあるよね。無駄に空を気にしちゃうやつ。
What is going on? Because okay, I understand that not everything in a visual novel needs to serve a purpose, right? There's a reason I was questioning the yoga thing, which led into Amane finding out that Kurumi and Riku are dating, but they aren't actually dating. But I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up when he bumped into that guy because, well, what was the point? How do I say this? What is this going to lead to? Because not only does he bump into that guy, which, well, I guess you can't really call it an unfortunate mistake, because, well, he just bumped into someone. It's not like he got coffee spilled on him when he bumped into that guy. But now a bird shits right next to him. I'm going to struggle to keep my eyes on keep my eyes on ground level for a while, I think.
じゃあ、屋根のある場所行きますか。
Nah, let's hit up the shopping mall. More choice there.
賛成。
What's going to happen in the shopping mall? And back to the station we go. We leave the park and head back toward the station. I keep on checking the skies above me the whole way there, watching out for raining bird shit. Fortunately, we make it to the station without incident and quickly hop on the train. The seats were all taken, so we end up standing next to each other, standing next to the door. In order to not get in anyone's way, we end up closer than usual. I really shouldn't be getting nervous. Getting so nervous from this. Not now that we've kissed and all, but I am. And so things are awkward once more. The conversation just doesn't happen. Relief washes over me when the doors open to us at our station. Strangely enough, conversation starts up again as we walk toward the mall.
よーし
Okay, so nothing's happened yet. We've arrived at the shopping mall. We're now going to buy each other presents.
ここでまさかの提案です。
ん？
別行動で。
And buy the presents separately?
はい。一緒だと何買うか分かっちゃうし。
You want it to be a surprise?
欲しい！もらうまでワクワクしたい！
I better pick out something good then.
私もめっちゃ真剣に選ぶ。そうだな。1時間でいい？短い？
That's fine.
よし！じゃあ、待った。上限決めておいた方がいいよね。
On spending?
5000はちょっと高いか。
1,000 yen.
2000…
Ah, shit.
3000！ 3000円以内！
I guess I'm too frugal, too stingy. One of those works.
3000円以内だけど、別に1000円でも100円でも OK。オーバーするのは NG。あ、でも3000円もちょっと高い？
Nah, that's good. It's a present, so you don't want it being too cheap.
OK！ じゃあ制限時間1時間で3000円以内！
And it doesn't have to be something specific?
なし！食べ物でもいいし、何でもありで！
Gotcha.
では、1時間後にまたここで解散！
Kurumi walks off, so I decide to head in the opposite direction. As far as presents for a girl go, the first thing that comes to mind is jewelry. Kurumi wears quite a lot of that stuff. Although that just means I'll have it worse if I pick out the wrong thing. I don't wear jewelry myself, so I don't even know how much they cost. With a 3,000 yen limit, anything I buy is going to be on the cheaper side. I wonder if I could buy a silver ring for that much. Oh, wait, a ring? No way, that's too much. A necklace would be better, wouldn't it? Honestly, I don't have a clue. I'll take a look around for now and hope inspiration strikes. I gather my resolve and enter a store I've never been in, or thought about going in before. From what I can tell, it's a store that sells jewelry for young people. All the customers look young to me, at least. They're all girls, which makes me feel awkward, but they're not paying me any attention, so I can take my time choosing something. And these are cheaper than I was expecting. Some are even under 1,000 yen. I could either buy one that's more expensive, or several cheaper ones together. Okay, no. I've decided against getting her jewelry, okay. What if I get her something she doesn't like, and then she feels obliged to wear it? If I'm going to buy her an accessory, it'll be when we're shopping together. I leave the store and try to come up with a new plan. This is tough. I'm sure she'd appreciate the gift, whatever it is. I'm sure she'd appreciate the gift, whatever it is. Okay, yeah, I guess it works. Without the comma. But if I'm buying her a present, I want it to be something she'd like. It's hard to go wrong with food, and she could always share it with her family. I walk around, my mind's still not made up. I pick out stores at random, wander aimlessly through them, only to leave empty-handed. It happens over and over again. I assumed I'd never need a whole hour to go shopping, but I couldn't have been more wrong. Time is running short, and I'm starting to panic. In my desperation, I turn to a more general store selling a variety of things. Maybe I won't find something here, but it might help me narrow my search. My eyes come to a halt. It isn't anything all too special, but yeah, this is it. I return to the meeting place and find Kurumi sitting on the bench, waiting for me. She notices me and waves. I head on over and sit down next to her. Phew, I barely made it in time.
もうちょっと長くすればよかったね。私もギリギリだった。
She smiles, a small bag placed in her lap.
私からいいっすか？
Oh, sure. I'm getting kind of nervous now.
私も心臓バクバク。気に入ってくれるといいんだけど。はい。
She moves the bag over to my lap. I peer inside it. There's a small white box, simple in design. Can I open it? I take the box out of the bag. Huh. So what is this? All the writing's in English. Perfume, I think it is. I think it says it. Oh, you got me perfume?
です。はい。
Whoa, it looks fancy. Yeah, as $30 fancy. It looks so fancy.
りっくん、つけてないよね。
Nope, never have.
かなりね、迷ったんだよね。香りってめっちゃ好みあるし。だからもう完全に私の好み。てか、私も使ってるやつ買っちゃった。
Oh, is it?
よくつけてる。
Then I'll love it. I always catch myself thinking how nice you smell.
マジ？よかった。
I always figured that was your shampoo though, not perfume.
石鹸系の香りだから近いよ。そんな感じ。男の子つけても全然いいやつ。
Thanks. I've never used perfume before, but I think I'm gonna like it.
よかった。あいやもうほんとね、完全にね、自己満なプレゼントだからさ。自己満っていうか、独占欲的な？
How so? She begins to blush as she hesitantly elaborates.
だから、私といない時も、香りで私を思い出せ、的な？人？
No, it makes me really happy.
なら、いいかな？そんな感じで、私の欲にまみれたプレゼントですけど、よかったら、使ってください。
Thanks, I will. You're meant to spray it on your wrists, right?
そうだね。手首は定番だけど、首の裏とか、肘の裏？内側？とかも、ありかな？
Huh? Oh, huh.
私はくるぶしとか、膝の裏につけてる。あと、腰とかもありかも。
What? I didn't realize perfume was so complicated.
はい。私のプレゼントは、そんな感じです。
But why your ankles? Now it's my turn, huh? The time has finally arrived. I put the perfume back into the bag and place it on my lap. Then I hold Kurumi's present out to her. Here.
ありがとうございます。
She takes it. Then she peers into the bag, just like I did with mine.
ハンカチ！
Yeah, feels a bit boring after the perfume. Kurumi excitedly takes the handkerchief out of the bag. I truly put a lot of thought into picking this out, but ultimately it really is boringly simple. I wanted to pick something out that you'd get a lot of use out of, like you did for me, I guess. But I was worried about getting jewelry you wouldn't like, so I figured maybe something that you could keep in your bag would be better. I didn't want to get something too flashy either, since I want you to actually like it, or actually use it. Do you like it? She nods, and then she clutches the handkerchief in it to her chest. She smiles happily at me. Her genuine delight brings me both relief and another more powerful emotion. I think this might be love. Suddenly, I find myself unable to speak, or even look at her in the eyes. My eyes continue to dart around as I force myself to stammer out a sentence. I'm glad you like it. Really glad. Well, you should use it. I could buy you another one if it gets worn out. I'll use the perfume too. She puts the handkerchief back in its bag, which she then puts into her bag with exaggerated cautiousness. I put the perfume into mine, and my following actions come so instinctively they catch even me by surprise. I took hold of her hand. She doesn't say anything, but takes hold of mine in return. The shopping mall is extremely busy today, but neither of us care about who may be watching. We could go see a movie again. We huddle closer together to look at her phone, still hand in hand. There's one starting in 20 minutes, so we decide to go see it, even though neither of us know anything about it. We walk to the theater quickly, still holding hands, of course. Unfortunately, we have to let go to actually purchase our tickets. But we soon start holding hands again, and in fact continue to do so all throughout the movie. It's one of those flashy action flicks that are more style than substance, easy enough to follow in theory, but I barely take any of it in. I'm far too focused on her hand. It's a rather emotional moment for me. We're on a date, a typical, normal, everyday date, and that has me thinking that maybe it's a good thing I'm cursed like this. I'd be horny as fuck otherwise, probably unable to hold myself back too. Maybe we never would have gotten to spend these peaceful moments together. Sure. Perhaps my impotence is why we're able to take things slowly, going step by step, slowly nurturing our relationship. On one hand, I feel like I'm forcing myself to look on the bright side. On the other, just having these thoughts is a good sign that I'm starting to feel more comfortable. I'm satisfied with where we are right now. Yes, my problems still smolder inside me, and the urge to do something about them is no less strong. But right now at least, I'm happy. I'm one lucky guy, that's for sure. What are you fucking talking about? If I was able to get it up, he's essentially saying he would be too horny to go on a date with Kurumi if he was able to get it up. This fucking, what are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. Like, excuse me? Like, sure, maybe at the start, but you're not going to be that way forever. It's not like every couple who's ever gone on a date is because the guy or the girl can't fucking have sex. Yeah. The sun's setting. So it's time, unfortunately, for us to say goodbye. We'll be together until we reach the station. Then we'll embark on different trains.
じゃあね。
Yeah, see ya. I waved goodbye to her before getting on my train. Getting on my own train. The moment I'm left alone is when loneliness strikes. I'm in love. I think to myself before smiling at how cliched it is. I need to fix myself quickly, so that our relationship can progress into something more definite. I get off at my station and start making my way home. Maybe I'll test out the perfume she brought me when I get back. Although I don't want to waste it, I should save it for when I'm going out somewhere. With her. Okay, I'll come up with something to do tomorrow, no matter how trivial. I know we're still only tentatively dating, because you're cowards, but I've been having so much fun with her. My impotence made me feel like it was the end of the world. It just goes to show that you never know what life will throw at you next. There's a huge issue in my life right now, but the positives more than make up for it. I remember how I felt back in the theater. I'm happy right now. I'm one lucky... Whoa! The wind carries a random plastic bag right into my face. There it sticks for several seconds, despite my desperate struggle to pull it off. It flaps against my cheeks for a while, before the wind carries it off into the distance. I was feeling so good about myself. It now is ruined. What is happening today? First, a bird almost shits on me. Now this? Well, you forgot about the guy you bumped into. A black cat purrs as it crosses right in front of me. On any other day, I just think about how cute it is. Come on, black cats are the most cliched of bad omens. Surely not. Some people even say it's good luck to be shat on by a bird. Excuse me? I mean, okay, sure, I guess. As you know, if you are unlucky enough to get shat on by a bird, then the rest of your day would be luckier. Sure. If you look at the bigger picture, there can be no doubt that I'm one lucky. The very same plastic bag dances back with the wind to slap across my face. Okay, yeah, what the fuck is going on? I'm so lucky, aren't I?
天使創造リブート
Like, okay, this has to be specific to the fact that he's dating Kurumi, because this never happened anywhere else. So it has to do with Slay. Something's wrong here. Too many things have happened to write it all off as a coincidence. I usually would just laugh off these things, but if they continue happening to me today... I'm heading to the store. You want anything?
じゃあアイス
Noah?
僕は大丈夫
Alright, so ice cream for you.
いつもすまないありがとう
I'll be back in a bit.
言ってろ
What?
香水
No? Yeah?
お兄香水つけてんの
This is forever. Why comment on it now?
今さらってあのお兄が
How obvious of a lie could that have been? Keep it up and you're not getting any ice cream.
別にバカにしてないびっくりしただけ
It didn't sound that way to me. Well, anyway, I'll be back. I think she's just surprised. Not only because it's the first time he's ever worn perfume, but, you know, He probably smells like Kurumi.
いってらっしゃい。はあ。お兄がどんどんくるみ先輩に染まってゆく。何か問題でもあるの？問題はないけどさ。なんか複雑。
I decide to go out of my way and head to the next door over. If nothing happens, I'll write it off as a coincidence. But if something does happen... Nope, nothing yet. And I'm almost at the store. Just me being paranoid again, I guess. Hey, listen, hang on a minute. You can't write it all off. You can't write it all off as a coincidence yet. All right, you still have your trip. You still have a trip back to the back home with ice cream in your hand. A shrill metallic creaking gets me to turn around. Is that coming from the construction site? They must be in the middle of. Wait. Holy shit! It's collapsing. Whoa. I start running, right as the scaffolding begins to collapse, sending metal sheets and pipes spilling out over the road. Holy shit. 1 second later and I'd be splattered all over the pavement. This is fucking Final Destination shit now. You know, the bumping into the guy, the bird shitting, the plastic bag, that was one thing. Now fate is trying to fucking kill him. What do you... A bunch of confused and panicked workers emerged from the construction site. Fortunately, there were no injuries. Well, yeah, the only one they're trying to injure is you. This can't be a coincidence. I might very well be the cause of all these incidents. I leave before any more accidents happen. I need to get home. This isn't something I can handle by myself. Well, I certainly don't want to entertain it, if I'm right about this. Noah.
ああ、おかえり。あれ、アイスは？
Sorry, I've got a bit of an emergency in my hands.
何かあったの？
I was walking past the construction site when the scaffolding collapsed.
やっば、大事故じゃん。
You're telling me. Things are 100 times worse than I thought they were, so I rushed home.
想定？
I sat myself down in front of Noah. A lot of weird things have been happening to me lately.
例えば？
It was only small stuff at first, and I thought it was just a stroke of bad luck. A bird almost crapped on me, and plastic bags kept flying into my face. It only happened twice, so... The store would be all sold out of the ice cream I was looking for, and I kept slamming my little toe against the table leg. Okay, I didn't know those things.
最後のはただの不注意では。
Anyway, it's been one thing after another.
話が見えないけど、偶然でしょう。
I wanted to believe that, but the thing is, at the construction site happened. I nearly died. Hard to believe it was all connected after that. It isn't all connected after that.
なるほど。また魔王の力を狙う者が現れた。リクはそう考えているわけだね。
Yeah, but why use this method? I think it's possible. Part of me still wants to believe it's all just a coincidence, but...
実際あったしね。
Exactly. It makes it feel a lot more possible. If I'm just being paranoid, then great. But I think we should look into it, just in case. I don't want to brush it off as a coincidence, only for it to get even worse down the line.
もしかしたら、工事現場に痕跡が残っているかもしれないね。調べてみよう。どのあたり？
I give Noah directions to the construction site.
わかった。先にかぐやの家に寄ろうか。同行してもらった方が良さそうだ。
Sorry to make you do this when I have no evidence.
気にしないでいい。 リクの不安を解消するのも僕の使命だ。
Well, no, you have evidence. It's just circumstantial.
それじゃあ、行ってくるね。リクは念のため、家から出ないで。
Got it.
気をつけてね。
I feel bad leaving it all to them, but I know I wouldn't be much help anyway. Hopefully I'm just being paranoid.
誰かが狙ってるにしても、ビニール袋が飛んでくる魔法ってしょぼくない？
That's what I'm saying. I know, but things have been gradually getting worse. This latest incident was way worse than all the others.
魔法を重ねがけして、不運デバフをどんどんスタックさせる感じか。それならありそう。
Why? They'd have to be close by to keep casting magic on me, though.
回りくどいことするね。前もいっぱい他人を巻き込んでたし。
Now that they know that Kaguya's watching me like a hawk, maybe they feel like they have to be more indirect. Either way, we don't know enough to say for sure. Let's just wait for Noah to get back. Hopefully there's no cause for concern. But if someone from the other world has come back here to try and steal Diablo's powers, then it's likely we'll have another fight on our hands. I stare down at my palms. Last time I tried using my own magic, but it backfired. I don't want to go through that again. It's been roughly an hour. Noah's finally returned with Kaguya and Orie in tow.
早速、結果だけ伝えると。痕跡は特に残っていませんでした。
Right. Sorry to send you out there then. I guess I was just paranoid after all.
安易にそう片付けていいのかしらってところよね。
Kaguya sits down on the sofa and crosses her legs.
痕跡を残さなかっただけで、実際にリクは狙われていたのかもしれない。
But you haven't received word from your contacts, so wouldn't that rule out the gate having been opened?
ええ、私たちの知る範囲ではね。監視の目が届かぬ場所でゲートが開かれている可能性は残念ながら捨てきれません。リクの思い過ごしだった。この可能性はひとまず捨てましょう。楽観的に構えて事態を悪化させるのは愚者の行いだわ。私に察知されないよう魔法の使用を避けている。あるいは私の目を欺けるほどの手だれか。
Well, I mean, if a mage has enough power to fucking stack luck debuffs on Riku from however far away, then I guess they would be powerful enough to avoid detection.
それって鬼を殺そうとしている人がいるってことですよね。
Maybe it's fucking part 8 all over again with... Maybe it's fucking Wonder of You again.
そうね。暗殺者がいるという前提で備えるべきでしょうね。
Let's hope a plane door doesn't... let's hope a plane door doesn't fall from the fucking sky and try to hit him. They want to kill me. Last time they were only after my powers.
殺してしまえば誰にも奪われない。そう考える者が現れてもおかしくはないけれど。
However...
やり方が少し腑に落ちないのよね。ビニール袋をお兄に投げつける暗殺者。
Are you sure I'm not being paranoid?
数々の不運の中に偶然起こったものと実際に視覚が起こしたものが混在しているんじゃないかな。工事現場の足場が倒壊するなんて頻繁に起こることじゃないよね。
No, otherwise it'd be all over the news.
だとすれば、かぐやの言った通り楽観視はできないよ。視覚がいるものとして 警戒した方がいい。
警戒って言っても、どうするの？外出控えるにしても、ずっとは無理でしょう。
逆に、出かけてもらいましょうか。積極的に。
To lure out the assassin, you mean?
危ないでしょ、それ。
そうかしら。あまり脅威ではないと思うけれど。
Yeah, you might get rained on. You would not if you haven't read part 8, you wouldn't understand any of what I'm fucking talking about. Of JoJo's, I mean.
でも鬼死にかけたんでしょ？足場が倒れてきて。
I mean, to be fair, when I refer to parts in relation to anime, I guess most people's first thoughts would be JoJo's, but considering part 8 hasn't been adapted yet, right? And part 7 is only just coming out very soon, mind you. You know, only like there is a very small percentage of people who play visual novels and have read JoJo's, right? It's even smaller so people who watch others play visual novels and watch JoJo.
その程度でリクは死なない。
Or read part 8. I don't think it would.
魔王ならば、死なない。
Ah, I get it. I could just transmigrate if things get dangerous.
ええ。魔王の力なら問題にならない。引っかかっているのはそこなのよ。暗殺なんて言ってしまったけれど、やり方があまりにもぬるい。もし暗殺者、死角が存在するのなら、リクの命ではなく、何か別の狙いがありそうなのよね。
Okay, here's the thing. This is going back to the whole, not everything needs to tie back into other things when it comes to what happens in a visual novel, much so a route. Because what I'm trying to say is, why is this happening now? Because if it isn't tied to Slay, then how do I say this? It's the same thing with how Clavi was hired by Kaguya's brother in Kaguya's route, but not in Noah's route. Right? So why is someone targeting Riku again with using fucking causality? Okay, maybe use less part 8 references. With debuffing him with stacks of bad luck in Kurumi's route compared to other characters' routes. Right? Which is why you want me to act as a decoy to lure them out?
そういうこと。おそらく死角は、私の動向に注意を払っているでしょうから、ずっとそばにいてあげられないのが難点だけど。
I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? When it comes to the big conflict at the end of Amane's route, that was another thing there, but that didn't really make any sense. They just kind of added the fact that Clavi shows up at the end for whatever reason, like to add more to the conflict. Right? They didn't really have a way to resolve Amane and Riku going to that world until they brought so they had to bring Clavi back in, put them in that situation so that Viz essentially separates herself from Amane or whatever after you taking that pill. Right? It was a very confusing thing. I didn't really comment that much on it, but, you know, in hindsight, it kind of muddies the water in terms of how much I like Amani's route.
それなら問題ない。僕なら姿を消せるし、すぐそばでリクを守れるよ。
That works then. I'll go outside to try to lure the assassin out. Noah will stay hidden, observing, and try and work out who they are.
今日は無警戒に動いてしまったし、決行は明日以降にしましょう。
I agree. Thanks as always, Kaguya.
謝罪するなら私の方。またこちらの世界のいざこざに巻き込んでしまっているわけだし。
She stands up with a forced smile on her face.
おいとましましょう。オリエ。はい、姫様。くれぐれも気をつけてね。
I will. I wave the two of them goodbye at the front door before returning to the living room. I'm a lot less confident in my theory now that they didn't find any evidence. But thanks for the help, Noah.
任せて。
家にいるときは平気なの？
Other than stubbing my toe, I doubt it. It beats going outside either way.
だからそれは不注意でしょう。
Well, let's hope that your bad luck doesn't cause the house to collapse. I don't know what you're trying to imply.
なんでだよ。気をつけてよ、ほんと。
I know. I am. It's just supposing whoever's out there is using magic to make my luck worse. That's gonna have an impact on those around me. As long as I stay home, nothing awful should happen. But if I go outside, the potential for catastrophe goes way up.
足場が倒壊するような事故が起きる。
Kind of. That's a more generous interpretation. I think when I do go outside, I need to make sure not to go anywhere too dangerous.
車通りの多い場所とか危なそうだね。
Oh, right. I wouldn't even have time to transmigrate if one of those came flying at me.
やっぱ外出ない方がいいんじゃない？
Well, that won't solve the problem. We have no evidence to go off, so we have to find some clues. Ourselves. Ourselves. Hopefully, there's no assassin, and we can all laugh. We can all laugh about how paranoid I am. What are you worried? What are you worried about me?
してませんって言いたいけど、するでしょ。一回鬼を殺しかけた身としては。
You had to do that. Don't feel guilty.
必要なら危険も厭わないっていうのは違う気がするな。
安心して、アマネ。リクは絶対に僕が守るから。
I'll be more than safe with an angel watching over me, and I'll be extra careful either way.
お好きにどうぞ。
Amane exited the living room with a sigh. Well, she doesn't seem too thrilled about the plan.
仕方ないよ。危険なのは事実だし。本音を言えば、僕も心配だ。
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried at all.
そばで守るとは言ったけど、資格も探さなきゃいけないから、僕は空から見守ることになると思う。できれば、くるみにも協力を頼みたい。巻き込むのを懸念するのはわかる。けれど、彼女はマナカンチに長けている。きっと、誰よりも早く異変に気づけるはずだよ。
I guess, yeah. Now that I think about it, I first noticed something was strange a few days ago during my date with her. She didn't say anything about it at the time. Maybe that birdshit incident, which I brushed off as a stroke of bad luck, was the start of all of this. If it is, then perhaps having her with me will help us get to the bottom of this. Okay. let me think about this. Is the mage that they are looking for the guy he bumped into? Because it is not, pun intended, it is not a coincidence that he isn't bringing up the actual first incident, right? Which was him bumping into the guy. So either he's brushing that off because it technically wasn't bad luck because nothing bad happened to him, he just bumped into someone, or the guy is the mage and is using his powers to make him something. I don't know. Okay, I'll talk to her about it.
家にいる間も何かあったらすぐに呼んで。
I will. Thanks. And then she turned in, this had turned into a big deal, though something about it still doesn't feel quite right to me. Kaguya thinks there might be an assassin after me. I certainly hope she's wrong about that. Ideally, we'll all be laughing about what a paranoid fool I am when I take them out somewhere to wait, what? Yeah, when I take them out somewhere to apologize. Then we can forget about all this.